So today we're going to go over VoiceFlow basics. VoiceFlow is a platform designed for creating voice applications without needing to write extensive code. So this is the VoiceFlow canvas. This is where we're going to be doing the majority of our work. Here, you can drag and drop blocks. And so VoiceFlow allows us to rapidly prototype. So if we go ahead and hit the run button up here, we can experience what the AI assistant does. So here, we begin the flow. Welcome to your first assistant. I am an AI assistant powered by your knowledge base. So we're going to click on the button, ask ChatGPT a question. And let's just ask it a question. Why is the Earth round? So it sends a question to an AI model and provides an answer back to VoiceFlow. So the Earth is round due to its rotation and gravitational forces, etc., etc. So one of the most powerful features of VoiceFlow are the data sources. It can pull from either an AI model or a knowledge base. So VoiceFlow allows us to connect to different models and gives you the option to choose prompt settings to customize them. So if we go and we click back, we enter the data management system. This is where all the data that powers the assistant lives. So on the left-hand side here, we've got this knowledge section, and it pretty much allows us to add data sources. So we can add text, we can upload files like PDFs, or we can add URLs. So in the example today, we're going to take, here we go, page from VoiceFlow's About section. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy the link and we're going to click on URLs and we're going to paste it. So what we're doing is we're importing the page and we're going to scrape it and store all of the checks in our vector database. Vector database is, it's not stored in a spreadsheet style, but it's more of a vector space. So it's like a 3D space. Imagine like an XYZ axis that can store information in coordinates from within the space. So once we've imported the web page, we can go over here to preview and we can ask it a question. So when was VoiceFlow founded? Something relevant to the data in the knowledge base. So if we send that, we're going to get the answer. VoiceFlow was founded in 2019. So if we go up here and we hit the settings, we can experiment with different types of AI models and settings, right? Like GPT, we can look at Claude, and we can really fine tune this to get the best type of response for whatever you're trying to create. All right, so going back to the workflow that we were building, and go back here. So if we go to the respond with AI, and we choose knowledge base now as a data source and pass a question that the user asks through the last utterance variable that we save for the user's question to. And under instructions, we can answer the user's question in detail. We can actually start the prototype from the capture question block. So if we start the test from here, and we can ask it something like, what was VoiceFlow originally utilized for? Question mark. So it's going to use the information added to the knowledge base to have the ability to answer the question, right? So it was originally utilized as a platform to build AI agents. All right, let's go back to the workflows, which is the second most important concept in VoiceFlow. So workflows are the different tasks that you want your assistant to accomplish. So here we have two examples. Obviously, we get the simple one that we've been working with and the complex workflow. Oh, well, actually, before we do that, each workflow starts with a trigger, which is what a user says to kick off the workflow. For example, the complex workflow starts when the user says submit a ticket. So if we now click into the complex workflow, we're not going to talk about this. We're just trying to just go over a basic overview of how VoiceFlow works. But As you can see, it's more detailed, and there are different options. You have an option to connect to other applications here, which we could talk about in another video. So if we go back over to the simple workflow, and we can go over the steps here. So we have the AI steps, we have the response AI and the set AI, which allows you to access the different models. The talk steps provide responses to users. You've got the listen steps, capture responses and decide to take actions. Buttons and capture are the two most used. And then we have the logic and the def steps, which are, we're not going to talk about that today. They're for more complex workflows. But, once we're done with our assistant and it satisfies our needs and requirements, we can click up here to publish, which will provide you a web widget that you can add to your website. So right now it's publishing. It's kind of thinking a little bit. Okay, so it's successfully published, so we can go to the embed widget, and all we would do is copy the code and put it on our website, and at that point, you've got a live assistant. So there are a number of ways to incorporate AI into your business, right? You can, customer service, you have AI assistants to support your staff. For example, let's say you have a construction company. You can set up an AI assistant on your website to set buttons to have your staff either, take some time off, or they can click a button to report an incident on a job site. It's pretty much total automation. AI assistants can help with lead generation and lead qualification, allowing your sales staff to focus on strictly closing. These are just a few of many applications for AI. Well, thank you for letting me share, and I'm looking forward to making future videos for you guys.